honey, come out with me. Good morning. Here we are at our regular Wednesday morning video. We just have Greta and I this morning because Peggy had an appointment. So we are going to do a couple different things. We're still working on bunnies.
Oh, yeah.
And I am going to dye Lorna's yarn. So I'm going to wait a few minutes. I know Lorna had to work today. She'd sent me a message. So she's going to have to watch the replay to see what's going on.
I'm going to see if I can get Cindy to tell me where I am.
Okay, let's get started with that.
I believe I am on.
Oh, good morning, Lana.
Pearl row 6, perhaps.
What are you knitting right now?
I'm doing the feet.
The feet.
I'm on my
Okay.
second foot, and I think I'm on pearl row 6.
Okay.
I think I'm on knit row 7. I mean.
Okay.
But I stopped halfway through the row.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, you're on 7.
Okay, so knit 1, knit front and back, knit 8. Then knit front and back, knit 1 6 times.
So how come you stopped? So here's your knit front and back right there.
Because
Did
something
happen?
happened with you, me, and Peggy where we started doing something.
Okay.
Oh,
was this from last week? You
yeah,
and I didn't know where.
I couldn't tell where it was, and
Okay.
I haven't been able to come and see you.
Mm-hmm.
So what stitch am I on?
You're on. Is it knit 1, knit front and back?
It's knit 1.
Row 7.
Knit front and back, knit 1.
Knit front and back, knit 1. So you're on a knit front and back.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And it pretty much goes to the end of the row, doesn't it?
Yep. So, where did I put my little bunny feet?
Until I get to the last 9 stitches.
Okay, where did I set those down? I can't believe I've misplaced it already.
Oh no, what did you lose?
Well, somewhere I put my little bunny feet. Remember I had them in my hand?
Yes.
And I've done something to them.
Oh no.
That's just so normal. I'll be right back. See where I set them. Keep talking, Greta.
Does anybody have a really messy place where they put all their projects, and then when they can't find anything that they want when they want it, do they clean it up and then be so proud of themselves only to mess it up the next day?
Yep.
Dang.
I do that too. I kind of have a corner by the sofa.
Hi, Lana.
That I put everything on.
Yeah.
Okay, so now.
Mine is between my chair and my husband's chair.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at it yesterday and I said, oh my gosh, this is disgusting. There was a crochet hook and a pen and a pair of scissors, and they were like not even in their right containers. And 6 balls of yarn and 3 projects. And it's like, I can't even find what I want.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to start stuffing his little feet.
Oh, cute.
Oh, and I didn't leave a long enough end. So, okay. I will get a new end, a new piece of yarn. I'm glad that Peggy was going to knit us the carrots.
Yeah, how sweet, eh?
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. She'll have to watch this, and so.
Hi, Peggy, watching it. We miss you.
Yeah, that's for sure. So it was really great doing the knitio at Peggy's last week.
Beautiful location.
Yeah, that was fun.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. I quite enjoyed that.
Oh, me too.
And the flexibility of StreamYard is so easy. All we need is the laptop and the camera, and we're done. Like, there's not a lot of stuff because with using StreamYard, everything is done on their end. All I have to do is sign in, and it does everything for me.
That's fantastic.
It's basically, I just click. I set up the broadcast the night before so that people get a notification that it's happening. And then I just click go live.
That's too good.
It's really user-friendly, especially for me.
No, I think something is definitely wrong here, Cindy.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I was on a knit one.
A what?
It might have been on a knit one because I'm one stitch short here.
Why don't you just rip it right back to the? Why don't I just rip it right back to the beginning?
That sounded nice. To the beginning of row 7.
That's right, and then
Perfect.
start over. Okay.
That's so lovely of you to offer. The first option was not so good. I was.
I know what you did. 2 knit front and backs in a row here.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
So see if you can keep going now. You did knit front and back, knit front and back. So I saw it when I took it out.
Oh, perfect. So that I'm right at the right spot now.
Then it should work.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, what did I do with my little foot? Here it is. So my son sent us a video. He has a YouTube channel called Garage 306.
Mm-hmm.
And he belongs to all these different 4-wheel drive groups and stuff. And on Saturday night, there was a SOS on one of the groups that a Jeep had got stuck on a very back roads in the bush trail, and they needed someone who had a winch on their truck to go pull them out. So of course Owen decided, I don't think Murray hears that.
Okay. I hate to tell you guys, this still has to come out. I'm still not the right number of stitches, so that wasn't a problem.
And he's not here. That's my Murray.
When she comes back, I'll tell her, and she'll be like, "Oh no."
Okay.
No.
Not it?
No, that wasn't the problem.
Okay.
That was me.
Well, then you've made more than one mistake.
No, that was me trying to fix the problem. I think I did an extra knit one way back at the beginning.
Okay.
Because anyway.
Yeah.
And it's very possible I've made more than one mistake, but I don't think so somehow.
So, anyways, Owen sent us this video of him getting this Jeep out. So he went out, he met these guys, he went the road is hardly even a road. It's like a muck trail through the bush. And the Jeep's tires were disappeared in the mud. So he
oh my goodness.
Put this, he said what it was. It's some kind of diesel winch that's on the front of his truck, and it's heavy duty, and so he was able to pull this Jeep out of the muck. But he films all this stuff that he does, and he puts it on here. So he does stuff like he's got one of changing a 12-foot snowplow blade up north somewhere.
Oh,
so
cool.
he videos all this stuff and puts it out there. So it's interesting because at least we get to see what he does.
That is so neat. And that finding a Jeep in the middle of nowhere up to its axles in mud is probably just so Owen.
Oh,
he must have loved it.
Oh, yeah. Every minute of it. He's just happy. And, he looks like a really, big bushy beard. He just looks like a mountain man or a backwoods guy.
Now, Lana needs a red sock yarn.
Any suggestions? So I just finished, I can show you the red that I have here. Lana, this is a sock yarn, and it's a really pretty red. It looks kind of orangey there, but it's not orangey, is it?
No.
It's a beautiful...
It's cardinal red.
Yeah, it's cardinal red for sure. And it's an 80-20 merino nylon. There's 391 meters per skein, 115 gram skein. So, and I do have a few skeins around that I can dye if it's something you're interested in. And this one is $28 plus HST, so it comes to 32 something altogether. And Greta has knit lots with my sock yarns.
have. It's seriously the best sock yarn to work with, and it doesn't split on you like so many of them do, which is what I really like about it.
So Lana, you can just send me a message or write in the chat if you're interested. I can dye one up for you in no time flat. And yeah. So
let's see if I can get this without making another mistake.
Okay.
Did you find the mistake farther back?
I didn't look. I just
took it out.
just took it out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I know where it was.
Do you?
When I tried to start up again, when I was sitting on Peggy's Chesterfield last week, I knew I had fouled something up. So it was only a few stitches back from where I attempted to start today.
So anyway, it's all good now.
It's good now. Now we'll go along.
So I am going to work on getting this little guy put together today because
Wow.
I want him put together, and then he's going to have those little red overalls. That's perfect. I'll message you. Okay, Lana, that was easy. Only if only everything in life was that easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a really nice color.
It is a really nice color.
And that's because the whole house went down.
8. I did that now.
And it's too late for me to fix it.
Yeah.
I will do this today.
So yeah.
So what are you knitting, Lana?
We have a few people on today, so say hello and tell us where you're from. That would be great. So anyways, we are, I'm going to have an announcement and a special guest next week, so make sure you tune in next week to see what's going on.
Woohoo!
Yeah. So yeah.
And now the phone rings.
I don't think that's ours.
Oh, yeah. Now I'm going to count my knit front and backs and make sure it's right this time before I go on.
Yeah. So it's been a really interesting weekend watching what Owen had done. And at least it was a nice day. It wasn't 20 below or anything, which can happen in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
So it's funny because he has this old beat up truck that he uses for going in the bush, and Owen is a mechanic, so this truck looks terrible and runs beautifully, right?
Yes.
And these are one of the vehicles, this big fancy Jeep that was brand new and like a brand new Land Rover were the two vehicles that he went in with to help them get out, right?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny. He says if he's going through the bush, he never has a nice vehicle because you just end up.
Yeah, well, why would he?
He says you scratch it up and you're going.
Well, that's really not the point, is it? It's the functionality of it.
Yeah. So he has fun with that, but it's pretty. So he's let me drive them. I've drove these vehicles, and I did go straight up a hill that I could not see the road underneath me. So as I was going up the hill in it, all I could see was sky, and I didn't know where I was going. Like,
you did that?
I did that.
That must have been scary.
It was a little weird.
Or was it exhilarating, or was it scary?
It was just. The only word I could think of is weird because I'm on the ground, but I couldn't see any ground because the hill was so steep.
Oh my gosh.
And the truck was so big.
Was he with you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, so he knew everything that was going on.
Yeah. He's like, you're doing okay. He videoed it. He made a video of his mom driving his truck because he wanted it for a joke about something.
I watched him when he was doing that racing.
Yeah.
with that buddy of his.
Yeah.
That was amazing stuff to
Yeah,
see back.
yeah.
That was a few years ago now.
Yeah,
but
yeah, when he was in that race. And that's
wasn't that something?
well, it was it's like a big obstacle course for four-wheel drives, right? But they bounced down that hill. I was like,
it was exciting as all get out. It was like,
yeah.
whoa.
When you're there watching and you're the mom,
Oh,
it's like, oh my God,
that's not so exciting.
But you know, he's strapped in a 4-point harness.
Yeah.
He wears a neck brace.
Yeah.
And he wears a helmet. Because he said the first couple times he did it without bracing on his neck, and he said your head is just freaking bounced around everywhere. So now he wears the helmet and the neck brace. He hasn't done it in quite a few years though, because he said it was hard on his body. Like he said, in his 20s,
Oh yeah.
it wasn't that bad, or early 30s. But he said once his neck got bounced around too much, it was time to quit.
Yes. Did he ever have a concussion feeling or anything from it?
No.
No, it's just the compression on the neck joints and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. We only saw him race that one time. That was enough for me. And then they got chosen.
So the same time that I got to watch him on video.
Yeah.
That was pretty exciting.
The guy, so there's the two of them that raced together, and Owen was not the driver, he was the guy
Navigator.
well, they're however that works, right? One
he was
guy's
riding
driving.
shotgun.
Yeah, one guy's actually qualified to compete at a big race down in California.
I know.
And so the driver went, but it was just out of Owen's financial means to go down there you go down you're gone for weeks and your tryouts but the four-wheel drive magazine that comes out of the States, there's a picture of Owen and Jake and their truck in it. And I think it was taken from when they were in Ajax in Alberta.
Mm-hmm.
And the truck, none of the wheels are on the ground. They're going over this hill and there is no wheels on the ground. So you can imagine what it's like on your bodies when that truck hits the ground. Yeah.
Oh my.
So anyway. Oh, good morning, Ruth. So yeah, it's been kind of fun. So all this because he sent me a video of him hauling a Jeep out of the muck last night. That was my entertainment last night, watching that. It's like, wow. So there really is a beauty in the internet when you can be connected with your kids that way.
Oh yeah.
And because we live so far away from them. Our daughter is great at sending us videos of where she is. And she works at a resort in BC, and she managed, I think it's her 4th year there now. And so as they sort of go up the ranks of the people that come back every year, because a lot of people just do 1 year and they don't come back, because this resort is only in by plane or boat. It's pretty isolated.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not for everybody. It's not the kind of work that everybody likes.
Takes a certain type of person to thrive.
Yeah. So she's now manager of the cook shack for the staff. She cooks for 100 and some people staff every day. She says it's anywhere between 110 and 130.
Wow.
So she has to, do all the menus and order all the food and all that sort of stuff. So she said that she got her own cabin this year. They moved her up to her own cabin. So she.
Oh no, that's a bonus.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Because especially when you're working with people all day long, and if you don't even get a chance to go back.
Yeah. No, that's really awesome.
So she.
Yay, Leanne.
Sent a picture the other day of her cabin at night, and she just put up lights all around the deck. So it's really, and a beautiful glass hummingbird feeder, and the hummingbirds are already coming to it. So she was.
I think she's got her own little place in heaven there.
Yeah. So.
Now I wonder what they're going to be like with the borders and everything still closed.
They are open. They're going to be open this year, and the staff is all going for their vaccination. I think she might have had it already. But she said April 17th. She said, we all got to pile in the boat and go into Tofino to get our shot. So they were going to take all the staff. I think there's about 12 or 15 that stay there over the winter now.
Right.
She's one of the ones that stays over the winter and helps. She does maintenance in her kitchen, right? Like she painted all the inside of the cupboards this year.
Oh, well, there.
Stuff like that.
So they have infrastructure.
Yeah. So that, yeah, so that's good.
That's very good.
Then Saskatchewan.
Mhm.
That's the ultimate.
That's very, very, very good.
Mhm.
Do they have a swimming place and everything at this spot?
Well, it's right on the ocean.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
it a nice place for swimming, or is it too
I
rough?
think so. It's in Clayoquot Sound, so it's quite. I think it's quite sheltered. But there's
Yeah,
also the Bedwell River that runs through there because Leanne says they have their own staff. Like the staff can't go to the ocean and swim where all the guests are.
Sure.
Because these guests pay over $2,000 a day to stay there,
Right.
so they don't want to have staff, hanging out.
No, I understand that.
She said they have a staff village, which is a distance away. They have a little trail through the bush staff go through to get to their village. And then it's by the Bedwell River, so they're close to the river. So they also have 40 horses there because the horses are
Trail
one of the
rides
things. Yeah, they
and-
do trail
yeah.
rides and stuff. So she said over the winter she goes out and sits with the horses every day, and they feed them and groom them and look after them and have them all winter.
Yeah.
She said every horse has a binder on the front of its stall that tells all about their likes and dislikes, and so that you can learn about each
Sweet.
horse, and so that the people would get that information before they went on a trail ride to know about what horse they were going
And
to be on.
whoever the person who,
Like the new people that come over the summer that work
sure,
and
and
stuff.
also the people that traditionally work with the horse would be able to pair the right horse
Yes.
with the right client.
Yeah. So they do all that kind of
Makes
stuff.
sense.
Yeah.
I was hoping maybe something.
It's really quite nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real nice resort.
Oh my goodness. Check it out. Clayoquot Wilderness Retreat. And it's pretty schwanky.
It's schwanky.
It's schwanky.
That's
Leanne
the
said
word
Marie
for
and I
it.
can come and stay. We can stay in her
Ooh.
cottage. We can't
Oh.
go over to the guest area at all.
No.
But you can come and stay there, and it only costs you $20 a night. I said, wow, that's 1% of what people have to pay. So.
Just to say that you went. Just
Yeah, we do plan to go there.
And then
at
you
some
can
point
take
in time.
the trail through the woods.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I think we can go to the spa if we wanted to pay for a treatment.
Right.
If I wanted to go get a massage or something, I think I could do that. But
Usually it's all inclusive.
yeah, I don't know enough about it. And they had so right now they're not open yet, but I know she's really busy because they had winds over the winter, and the really fancy main dining room for the guests, part of the roof got damaged.
Ooh.
So she said she's cooking for the contractors that are there right now.
Fix it.
Because, can you imagine they have to get that work done, so they bring contractors up before they open, and contractors stay in the staff
Right,
accommodation.
right.
But everybody has to be fed.
Yep.
So she's feeding everybody. Okay.
I'm in a good place on my bunny foot now. But they are just the cutest feet. This is my second foot. I'll show you the first one when I get to the end of this row.
Yeah.
One more stitch. I did it. Now, mark down the row so I don't forget where I am. Now I'll show you bunny foot number one. They are just the cutest things.
But I'm thinking that I'd like to
Look at that little footy.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, well,
Look
again,
up to the camera.
I want to do a drone photo. If I bring it up behind the building.
Isn't that just the sweetest little thing? Look at its little toes. I can't wait to stuff it and put it on my bunny. It's hard to believe you can get all gooey over a little knitted bunny foot, but I do.
Okay.
She may have somebody.
So bunny foot number two, I'm starting to do the toes. And now I'm on a knit round. If I don't lose track of my rows,
Yeah,
I should be good. Last week, I don't know why I do that, but something else will come up, and I'm just like a squirrel. I forget what I'm doing and move on to something else.
Oh, no.
Hi, Lulu. Hi, Lulu. Lulu's coming. You gonna go up here? Coming up, Lulu? No, you're not gonna sit with me. You can sit right on that chair. You could be. Oh, she's laying at my feet. She's such a good girl. She was nesting in a blanket a little while ago. It was so cute. She'd dig and pull and pull and dig until she got it just perfectly comfortable.
I'm in this tree and I'm dying. And I can't, I'm not used to my directions. It survived.
You're not a gamer?
It used to be when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Okay.
So I will text you
I
Saturday.
find that it's kind of hard to
I think I might be able to do it. Okay.
learn how to read your knitting. I think that's one of those things that comes with a lot of practice, and I find that probably the hardest part is knowing where I am if I put my knitting down.
Oh, when I have something that's complicated, I need to keep checking it off.
Yeah.
Like I write down the line,
Yeah.
the row numbers,
That's
and
what
I
I'm
check
doing
them
now.
off as I go by. Because
I don't know why I said to that I was like a squirrel last week. You guys did something and I put it down, and immediately within 6 stitches of the end of the row, I was totally lost.
Mhm.
And yeah, so it's really frustrating. So I got out the scrap basket and I started making a sock. Imagine that.
Yeah, that's what I do. So last, oh yes, Ruth, they do get celebrities there. I think like Reese Witherspoon is one of the regulars that comes, and
Very
there's
cool.
all kinds of celebrities that show up there. And Leanne says you just ignore them. Like they are there. They pay that kind of money so that nobody can see them, right?
Yep.
And people can't get in there.
Yep.
So it's not like a boat can come and land or whatever. It's all private, and it's
Very
all,
neat.
yeah. And Leanne often, she says we can't say who comes.
No,
So
that's kind of too bad. Yeah.
she said one day though, they have the helicopter landing pad is close to the staff village because they have to be on a like a little bit of a valley.
Yes.
And they're sort of in the valley away from the
Makes
water.
sense. Yeah.
And so then she said, so sometimes the helicopter comes in and lands in their staff village and they've got the vehicles there to pick them up. And she said some people, she said there's a guy from Vancouver that comes, and he said he comes with his wife and his kids all in the helicopter, and it's his own helicopter and he flies it himself.
Whoa.
So he flies in and lands and they all
Have their time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So kind of.
Yeah. Imagine.
Yeah.
Just imagine.
Mhm. Mhm.
So Cindy's stuffing her little foot. You're going to be able to see how
I'm
cute it
stuffing
is.
the foot. Yeah.
I showed them my toes on my first foot before the stuffing just a little while ago. But just wait till you see it with the stuffing in it. It's adorable.
Put my clean stuff in.
Cindy even dyed the stuffing for us so that it would match our bunny and not show through.
I just have such an issue with that shows through.
Already filled
well, white.
stuffing.
Yeah, I don't. Especially when you do something dark
Yeah.
and the stuffing shows through, it just doesn't look.
So look at this beautiful stuffing. I said,
It's nice and round.
yeah, I figure I should just take it and spin with it. And that pencil roving worked very nicely.
Oh, it should be easy. It should
It
be like
was.
spinning butter or
It
something.
was.
Yeah.
It was just like, ooh, that's nice going. So I have a funny feeling I need to get some pencil roving.
We should dye some.
Yes, we should. Twist my little rubber arm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was beautiful merino roving.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it was quite. I have a whole. I got about 3 pounds of it, I
It
think
was
I got.
pretty glorious, yeah. Well, 3 pounds of it should be just about enough to satisfy
Well, I
me.
actually wanted to do some needle felting, and that would be great for needle felting little creatures and stuff, right?
Too nice. Way too nice for that. Short ends for needle felting.
I suppose.
Believe it or not, the merino's not so good for needle
No.
felting because it's so
Oh,
soft
wait,
it doesn't
wait.
have the little hooks.
That's not merino I gave you.
Oh.
That's a BFL.
Oh, wow. It is
Yeah,
gorgeous.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I just love it.
There's a little.
There he is. Look at the footy.
I just have to finish
His little
stuffing,
sooty footy foot.
stuffing the top.
That wasn't long enough for them to see.
I'll get it sewed on his leg.
Okay.
Get the leg, get it. Leg.
Oh no, I gotta show them the toes.
Okay.
Yeah, those toes are just the cutest.
Get this on here.
Those toes are too cute for words.
I always have it too stuffed. Take that.
What do I have to get to? It'd be nice if I knew where I was going. 14.
So there's the bottom. Where's my? Oh, where?
That's the bottom.
Yeah.
And then there's the toes.
I gotta hold it out to there so
Yep.
it shows up better against the white. Yeah.
See the little toe stitches? That's the cutest thing.
Yeah, it is. They really look cute.
Yeah.
So I'm done.
I'm gonna flatten my foot a bit to give him a poof foot, like
Yeah.
fatter. Like
Fatter.
I was gonna do it this way.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, I was gonna
Poofy.
make poof foot.
They really are.
Hey, are they most adorable?
Okay. So where is he? Oh, he's not.
They're
in there.
almost as cute
I
as
wonder
the
where I
carrots.
put him.
Oh,
I'll find it later.
find Mr. Bunny.
Yep.
Is that
Okay.
Bunny's second leg?
Oh, here's the second one.
Oh.
I wonder where I put Bunny. Oh, so we were just talking about having your knitting scattered all over the place. I am good at that. I'm really good at that.
Mine is all in one spot, but it's in layers. It's just like, oh my goodness, it's crazy. Just insane. How many I guess an opera cake has 7 layers, so it's more than an opera cake. Crazy. So my husband has decided in his retirement to become a baker. And he has been baking with alternate flours because I'm gluten sensitive. I cannot believe what he can do. It's unreal.
Well, those almond cookies were really good.
And that's fairly simple, but he's been using chickpea flour, and for my birthday made me a Black Forest cake that was to absolutely die for, with no flour in it, and he used the egg whites and beat them so that it was like he was making a Genovese sponge, and light and fluffy and rich, and he added some coffee into the icing. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
That sounds pretty darn good.
Oh, it was. It was to die for. I may have a picture of it on my phone. If I do, I'll hold it up to the camera. But not till I get to the end of the row. This isn't a hard row. This is just a straight knitting thing before I start to reduce. One more purl row. That was row 13. My lucky number. Let's see if I can find a cake picture. As soon as I touch my phone, somebody wants me.
Yep.
It's a rule. Where is my cake?
Just undid pulled my needle out.
Oh. Is that good or bad?
No, this is easy.
So let's see if I can show this.
Oh, look at that.
Let's see if I can tilt it.
There.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, that looks delicious.
It
Yeah.
was really good.
Mhm.
It was amazing. And I ate it. And I ate it. And I ate it. And I ate it. And you know, one slice of that cake has 90 calories. That's all.
Well, that's not bad.
And it all comes from the cream cheese.
It's a 100-calorie snack, right?
Yep. Now, it's not a big slice, but
Mhm.
I could definitely treat myself every day until it was gone. His pieces were bigger than mine. It's really hard to believe how good it was.
It looks pretty good.
This is a purl row, and it's my last straight stitching row.
So I don't know where everybody's watching from today, but we have a beautiful day here in Shelburne. The sky is blue, the sun is shining. It looks absolutely gorgeous out there today.
It's already 16 degrees.
Is it?
Yesterday got up to 18. I got my shot yesterday, my first shot, and I went out in the sun with the Band-Aid still on it. When I came in and took the Band-Aid off, I have the mark on my arm from
You have
where
a
I got
rectangle on your arm.
suntanned.
You have a rectangle on your arm.
It's so funny. Of course, did that on purpose because I was so proud of having my first shot.
Okay, stuff this little foot.
Foot number 2.
Yeah.
You stuffed his head yet?
I have all of him sewed together except for these on. Like as I was stuffing, I was sewing the pieces on. So I think he's back in my little corner back there by the sofa. So I'm gonna have to.
I might sit out. Oh, I don't know. I can't today. I'm doing gardening this afternoon.
You don't have your other knitting today?
Yeah, but we're going to go garden down at Ross Thompson House
Oh, okay.
instead. So at 1 o'clock, the three of us that normally knit in the afternoon are going to go down and do some garden work at the museum. Try to get it cleaned up, which is nice. Pre-season volunteer
Preparation.
hours. Yeah, and volunteer hours are always good.
Yeah.
So I guess I won't be sitting out knitting. Dang.
I work this afternoon and tonight, so.
So you won't be either.
Well, sometimes I get to knit. I don't work until 4, so
Oh, okay.
I can.
You may still get some nice sun time.
Yeah, but we usually take Lulu out for a while in the backyard and let her run around. And she's down by us now. She's moved in by us.
Yeah.
Here. Oh,
yes, I was trying to convince her to get up on your chair while you were gone.
I have something else I plan to do today.
Yeah.
I just about forgot, so I'm going to get.
Oh, good. I'm going to write good place to watch.
Okay. So Lorna, who normally watches our shows, had to work today. And Lorna had come to the studio and did some hand painted skeins, and she was short about 15 grams or 15, 20 grams, she figured, to finish the shawl project that she'd done with it. So she asked me if I would dye a 25-gram skein to go with her project so she could finish it up. So I have everything here except for the brushes. So as I put my apron on, I will go grab the brushes. And then I'm going to sit with it in my lap and I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So that'll be fun.
Too cute. It's going to be exciting. Let's see what colors she has over there.
Check out the colors.
Hot pink, bright orange, and deep orchid. Hot pink, bright orange, and deep orchid. That'll be really pretty. Suppose it's all about getting the tones blended together nicely.
A little.
Oh, this will be really cool to watch her do this. Huh. Here
So
comes
I've
the
got-
skeins.
I've got two 25-gram skeins here, and I'm actually going to sit with one of my trays in my lap because that makes it easy.
Are they soaked?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just squeeze them out.
Yeah.
So they're ready. They're all ready to go. They've been soaked in citric acid, so
Citric
they're
acid.
ready to accept the dye. I'm going to put my gloves on because I don't want orange, pink, and purple
Orchid.
fingers. Deep fingers. Yeah. So here we go. Oh, thank you for your work at Ross Thompson House. I'm knitting socks with yarn called Ross Thompson House. I got it from Dorothy at Where's the Warm.
Isn't that
That's
sweet
cool.
yarn, Lana? Isn't that lovely? It was so nice of her to do that. And $5 from each of the skeins of yarn went to us. So it was really nice of her to do that for us.
Okay, so I'm just putting my yarn. Oh, this is great. You're going to be able to see what I'm doing really well. So I am going to start out with orange, I think. And while it's open, I'm going to put it in the middle of my thing. So I'm going to saturate my brush with the orange dye. And then I'm just going to start working on here.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to turn it around.
Oh, my goodness gracious me. Look at that. Can you see it? Look.
So I'm just going to work this in
She's just painting
some
it on.
areas, and I want it to be different. And I'm just going to actually, if I work up at the top, you can see it better.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm not going to let it get as dark because I'm going to put other colors off of that and make it blend. So it's really, for me, this is big fun playtime.
And is this this technique called anything?
Hand painted skeins.
Hand painted skeins.
Mhm.
How fun is that?
So, and the thing I like about this is that I always just sop up my dye with the yarn because it doesn't
look at
matter, right?
that.
It doesn't matter what happens here,
And that'll just add that little hint of color
and
throughout the
it's
whole
going to
thing.
change up a little bit, right?
love
And I
it.
try and keep my brushes one for each dye. I'm giving it a little stir, and now I'm bringing in the deep orchid.
Ooh.
And I hope this is the right color. We were trying to, she couldn't remember the colors that she had used.
Well, it's certainly
So-
going to look lovely together.
I'm going to do this one, and then I'll send her the picture, and we're going to see if it's going to work. We want to get rid of all the white color in here. And so then I slide it with
Every
my
bit?
fingers.
You do every bit
Yeah,
of the white?
and see when I blend it in what the
Yeah.
nice things that happen. I'm going to spread it out a bit.
My
And-
goodness.
And I really do it with fingers because I like what happens in those areas where it blends. And this, of course, is fairly quick because it's only a 25-gram skein.
Right.
So there's not a lot going on
A
here.
mini skein.
Yeah, it's a little mini.
And you're always rubbing to the left.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it just
it doesn't matter.
it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
No. Just careful not to get dye on my laptop.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So we'll see after this dries. And my brush fell down.
Of course.
Okay. Good. Okay, so here
These
we
are
go.
great colors. I love
Mhm.
this combo.
Yeah, it is a nice combo. So now let's get the hot pink in there.
Whoa.
So I wasn't sure if she used hot pink or fuchsia. So after this is dry, I'm going to compare it to the picture. And if I don't think it's hot pink, then I'll do it again. I'll do another little skein with the fuchsia.
With the fuchsia.
And hopefully we've got it figured out by then. Look at those together. Okay?
Wow.
Now we got another little spot here that we can get the hot pink into. And I thought it would be kind of fun to do this here so you can just see what's going on.
It's very cool. Look at that. So all you knitters out there, keep your eyes peeled for these trays.
Yeah, they're
Steamer
great.
trays.
They're great to work with for this kind of thing.
Way better than my cookie sheets.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to tell you, I had the best luck when I went to get my shot yesterday, and not just my shot. I went into Superstore to get some fruit to bring home. I found all of their Easter egg dyeing kits marked down to 1 cent.
Oh, did you get them for the
I bought
dyes?
every one
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
dyes. So I got 75 Easter dyeing kits for the dyes.
So here we go. I'm just thinking there's a light spot right here. We're going to just get a little more pink in there because we can.
Look at it. Just
So here
look at
is
it.
this little skein for Lorna. And I'm going to heat set it now.
Can
and
you
then,
soak that up?
yeah, I just go like this.
Oh my goodness.
Because it doesn't matter, right? It's all going to fit in. So now to move my dyes back, so when I travel with my dyes, I have 4 of these trays and I put them all in here.
Right.
So that if anything bumps or jiggles in the road, I don't have to
You
worry
don't have
about
to worry
It's
about
not
it.
getting all in my car. So when I heat set,
And you've got one dribble here, so
okay,
I'll just
that's with paper towel.
grab.
I pop this in the Ziploc bag. Don't seal your Ziploc bags if you heat sitting in the microwave because they
They'll
fill up with air
explode.
and they pop open and you hear a big bang and you wonder what on earth is going on. So I'm just going to heat set that. When I'm doing the 350 gram skeins, I do 5 minutes. For this, I'm only going to do a minute because otherwise it's
You'll
just,
burn it?
oh, it'll be so hot that
Okay.
I won't be able to touch it. And I
So
have
maybe you can do
and
a minute.
I have burnt yarn. Do not heat set yarn with stellina in your microwave.
Oh, well, that makes sense,
Yeah, I
doesn't
only did that once.
it? Splat, 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 spark, spark, spark.
spark, burn, and it burnt. So I just saved it for a project for me, but for one of
Ooh.
my samples, or one of my tests. I think
One
I
of your
used it
tests
for-
Swatches.
I think I used it for testing swatches. Yeah.
Makes sense for sizing and
Yeah.
stuff. Yep, makes sense.
So there, that's done. And like I said, after it's dry, I'll decide if I got the right pink
Mm-hmm.
because I wasn't exactly sure if I had the correct pink or not. So. And look at, I'm not even dirty.
She's not. She's clean as a whistle.
And this lovely apron was a gift to me from Dorothy at Wears from Warren.
Oh, wow.
So she did a beautiful job on it, and I really like it.
And she does the
The printing.
printing.
Yeah.
I found a couple T-shirts up at TBS in the mall. They had them marked down to $1.50 or something. So I think I might get something put on them. Wears from Warren.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm sure I will. I just can't decide what. 'Cause I don't make my mind up very well.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was 15 degrees Saturday, and we had fine. Calgary weather is crazy. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I have a cousin in Calgary, and we chat once in a while, and it's never.
I know. One day it's freezing, the next day it's scorching.
But you know, we had that beautiful, beautiful day, and then the next day was just cold, drizzy, and miserable. But,
And I guess
but it
this-
wasn't. Well, there was a little bit of snow actually, but it went away. It's
This
all gone.
weekend's not going to be the best either.
Yeah.
I hear we're going to get quite a storm tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, thunder and lightning and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And wind.
So when I was a kid, we spent a lot of time in northern Saskatchewan at the cottage,
Mhm.
and we used to get these thunderstorms that rolled in. And so we were in cottages. They were just a summer cottage, right?
Mhm.
So they weren't like winterized
Right.
at that point in time. So we always knew it was a great crack of thunder when all the dishes in the cupboards rattled. So we'd all
Whoa.
be waiting to hear the dishes rattle.
And
they
did
were
you
like,
count? Did you count? to
oh,
see how-
all the time.
Always
all
gotta
the time.
count. Yeah, for sure.
We used to have like the thunder and lightning right above the cabin at the same time. And so the dishes really rattled.
Oh,
then.
that would be a huge one.
Yeah, they would
Yeah.
be fun. So we had some fun storm nights up there.
I'm really curious to see Lana's yarn when it comes out. Lorna's yarn when it comes out.
Yeah, I'll go grab it. I have to cool and then I have to rinse it. So I'll get it up so it's cooling.
It might need another 30 seconds, do you think?
I don't know. I'll check it. I'll see how hot it is. I
Yeah.
can tell.
Oh, yes, okay. So it goes by whether.
Oh, no, this is hot.
Okay, good to go.
Yeah. So
Time to rinse it and see what it comes out
it's
like.
got to cool. I can't even touch it. So
No.
it's going to have to cool down.
Okay.
I want it to come out of the microwave so I can't touch it. Right? Then I know it's heat set.
So I finished those rows. So believe it or not, I'm on a slip knit row. I'm on my way down. Yay.
Now, where did I clean everything up to?
She got to go find her bunny again.
Yeah. Here we go. There it is.
That's a cute little bag.
My daughter-in-law gave that to me. It's a 31 bag. One of their bags.
It's so cute with a little foxy on it.
Yeah.
So this one is knit. No. Yep, knit 8. I'll do it.
So if I get these all done today, I just have to sew them on and finish knitting his little red overalls.
Aw.
And then I'm going to do a girl.
Yeah.
To go with them.
Is Peggy going to do a girl too?
Yes. Yeah. She's going to have Ginger and Snap.
That's cute.
I thought that was cute.
It's very cute.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Finish stuffing the leg. Try and get them similar. I think I have to clean some more. So, when's back to work day for you, Greta?
June 1st.
Oh. So we need to decide. We won't have you unless we do it on Wednesday mornings at Ross Thompson House.
Nice idea.
Can we do that? Do you
Of
think?
course.
Because that would be, then we continue with
That
the
would be
videos.
great.
Do they have internet down there?
Yes.
Okay, good. Maybe we could, because then even if it's a lousy day, we can work in one of the
Yeah.
rooms.
That's a great idea.
And you won't be doing a lot of tours in the mornings for a
No.
while. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I
That'd
think
be
that's
fun.
an awesome idea.
Well, and it promotes Ross Thompson.
It
House, too.
does. It does. It'll be
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
And Wednesday afternoons is Woolly Wednesday down there, so that's when we spin and stuff. So
it sort of leads right into it.
that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woolly Wednesdays.
Woolly Wednesdays.
Yeah. Perfect.
And we should arrange a time for our natural dyeing down there too.
Well, maybe we could do that on a Wednesday morning too.
That's what I'm thinking. If
Yeah.
we keep it to be the Wednesday morning thing.
Then I'm in fiber mode on
Yeah.
Wednesday mornings.
Yeah, so we can do that. And I've been trying alder.
Oh, and
So we went and it works beautiful.
What color are you
beautiful
getting?
color. It's a really nice, it's a beigey color, but it's a very nice latte. Does that sound like a latte with milk and stuff? That's the kind of
Cool.
color you get. It's really, really pretty.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So I still have all my logwood, the bright blue, and the
Mhm.
madder, and I was told it keeps indefinitely, just seal it. So it's been sealed. And they said just take the mold and the scum off the top and you
use
can
it.
use it. So maybe we can do some of that. those 2
Madder
days.
for sure.
My madder
And
is
what's
bright,
the
bright-
logwood? Is the
is the blue.
is-
So it's perfect for down there.
Oh my gosh. All perfect.
Yeah.
Oh yes, for sure.
So we'll do. I might do some of that pencil roving in that.
So very fun. Yeah, for sure. And I was thinking the day that we do that, we should probably see if people want to sign up and come in to do it. They can come in
Mhm.
bearing their own fiber or get fiber that we'll have available there for
Mhm.
purchase, and they can dye some of their own and test it
That
out.
would be fun.
Or
too.
they can just come and watch and see what we
Yeah.
come up with.
Mhm.
So we'll see what we can manage, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So Wednesday, we will arrange
It
that.
will have to be. We need to pick those Wednesdays now, so I'm prepared.
We do have to pick them now, and we
Um,
should do them. In fact, why don't we do them the first Wednesdays? Well, I'd
Yeah.
like to do a Nidio the first one,
Yeah.
just so
Yeah.
that we do it.
When is your opening date? The 15th of May?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
No,
gonna,
that's not opening. That's
No.
when we go down there.
Yeah.
It's the 1st of June is our
Okay,
opening day.
that works because I think we're going to go up to Cape Breton. So I probably won't have a Nidio 1 week
In May. Yeah.
because we're going to be at the cottage.
You can Nidio from up there.
I could
Oh, you
by myself, but it's not, unless I bring Anne over. You know
You
Anne.
can bring Anne over, and you can also get Murray.
Yeah, I could get Marie. Mhm.
That was enthusiasm.
Yeah. Marie.
No, but Anne.
Anne, yeah,
that-
Anne
oh,
is
what
a
great
beautiful
guest.
spinner and stuff. So maybe I'll ask Anne to come over. I could also ask Janet at the Bobbin Tree to come down.
See?
So,
How
yeah.
fun would that be? Oh my gosh, I would love to watch that one.
Yeah. You're not watching today.
No, look.
There's no comments from Greta Mossman today.
My alter ego is out planting strawberries in the
Oh.
yard. Or else he's running to be prepared to plant strawberries this afternoon.
One or the other.
Yeah, one or the other. And I know that I'm talking in the middle of the row. You see? I'm so squirrely. I did that 4 times. I have to knit 8. And we knit 1 and knit 2 together 4 times. I can do it.
I have to make sure I get my internet turned on back up at the cottage.
True.
So we had there's been lots of interesting things that have happened to Marie and I lately.
Okay.
So I don't know, some people know this, most of you won't, but a year ago, I'm trying to think of it. Was it last November? No, it was the year before. So it was November of, last year was 2020. So it was November of 2019. Our cottage got vandalized quite badly.
Yeah.
And our cottage up in Cape Breton is an old store that was located in Grand River. And the front windows were huge plate glass windows that were like 6 feet by 8 feet. And so one Friday night, some kids decided to throw rocks through these windows and broke them both. So we had neighbors call us right away, and we could not leave to go up there exactly when it happened, but we made arrangements and got wood and stuff and had it delivered there. And then a couple of our neighbors went over and just boarded over the 2 front windows. Then the next night, the kids came back and broke the rest of the front windows.
Oh.
So then we had
Just
to
awful.
get the second ones done. And and then COVID hit. Like, we couldn't do anything over the winter. We just thought, we'll board it up. We'll deal with it in the spring. And then last year we didn't even go up to our cottage. So we did go up in December of 2019. We cleaned up all the glass. We did as much as we could, but of course we couldn't keep the place warm. Like even with the stove going, we could not keep it warm. So we just boarded everything over and left it for the winter, thinking we were going to do it last spring. And then last spring we never got up there. And so what we decided to do was we were going to just board over the big windows, just fill that in and
Make
put
it a
shingles
wall.
over that, make it a wall.
Yeah.
There's 2 very big windows at the front. And then there was narrow windows at the top, and they're both big bay windows that come out. So we were going to leave the top light because the actual front of the cottage is about 3 feet from the road. And so, people were always slowing down and looking in the windows and stuff. And I usually had curtains on the bottom part anyway. And Marie and I thought, why don't we just leave windows high up and leave just keep it filled in road height. So I had mentioned that to a few people that's what we were going to do. And Anne actually contacted me a couple of weeks ago and said, the community want to do a GoFundMe so you can put the same windows back in there. Like they don't want to see the store look different. And I said, well, I got to think about that for a minute because I really like the idea of not being able to have people to see in. But I also want to be respectful to the community because I understand that store has a lot of history and it's very meaningful to the people in the community. So I said to Marie, and these windows are going to be really expensive to put in. And so we were just thinking, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? So someone was going there this week to one of the fellow at Home Hardware was going there he can measure everything up from the outside, figure out what we need to do that. And they're going to get a quote for us. Because I said to Anne, if we do go for the GoFundMe, it needs to be, I want it to be really transparent. So I want the quote to be there of exactly what supplies would be needed to do the job. And that we could also, we have lots of volunteers within the community who have said they'll come and help do the work. So that's why we want to go up in May, mainly just to get all the preparation ready for that if it's going to happen.
What about shutters for the inside?
That's what I was thinking, shutters or even
maybe even shutters for the outside.
Well, I think we're going to have shutters for the outside when we're not there.
Yeah.
They'll have to be something we can put on and take off, right? Because the windows, if you had shutters, they would actually cover the side windows, like the way it's set up. It's the bay
you can't
window.
accordion them at all?
I don't know what we do, but
anyway,
we come
wait
up.
and see.
We have all these wood guys.
Yeah, wood guys.
Carpenters guys, they'll come up with something.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I guess we'll get that figured out when we go up there in May. So that's kind of why we want to go up there and see what's going on.
I really understand how that community feels.
Yeah.
Because when I first saw that cottage, it just oh my gosh, it's like one of my favorite places. Those old corner stores where you could stop and get popsicles when you were a kid.
Yeah.
It just made me feel so good. It would be sad to lose that look. But yet.
Yeah. And so we didn't change much in it.
No.
We tried to keep it as original as we could.
It's so cool.
We used the counters for in the kitchen, and all the walls on 2 sides are floor to ceiling shelves. So we just left all that shelving there, and we just kind of cleaned it out. The floor is still in there. The floor needs work. We got to do a bit more work on the floor yet because it had been empty for a lot of time, and it was hardwood floor, but it had all buckled. Yeah. And we actually have got new hardwood to put down in there.
So cool.
So that we can still have the hardwood. And I thought for the cupboards, the counters are really cool, but they're they're the right height for me, which is great because I'm not very tall. But I would like to get drawers put underneath them.
Yeah.
So that it's kind of so that we can lift those old cupboards up, slide drawers and cupboard underneath them and put it right back down.
Yeah, that's an awesome idea.
So I kind of would like to do that. So that would
I just
be fun.
think it's an amazing spot. Yeah. It's a little piece of heaven, that's for sure.
And they had put a board over the original countertop and a corner. I pulled the corner up and it's all hardwood strips underneath that. So I'd
Wow.
like to take that off and refinish it all and have
Mhm.
that hardwood strip counter in there.
Way nicer.
And I do have
Yeah.
a nice studio there in the warehouse. There's a warehouse attached and I made a studio in there. So
It's
I
not
can-
small.
No, it's not small. So the actual living space we live in is just a wide open space that you walk into that's got the kitchen and the living room. And then they use the upstairs for storage. So it's quite long and narrow, but we've just put 3 double beds up there and it's a sleeping loft. So it works out just fine for us and we totally enjoy it.
Yeah.
And the deck is
to
over
die
the water.
for.
The tide comes up, like it's on the Grand River and the water is right there. And if any of you follow my Facebook page, I often, when I'm working up there, there's a big dock that goes out and I dry my yarn on the dock. I have it set up with all the bright colors on it, dyeing and stuff.
It's pretty amazing.
It's nice.
It really is. It's
So
something
Rita and I
else.
went up together, and it's actually the first time we did anything together. It was about 3 or 4 years ago now.
And we went up to a natural dyeing workshop. Everybody said, "Well, I agree with that," but no, we were dyeing yarn.
Yeah, and it was in Bedeck.
Yep.
So we went and stayed at the cottage, and we drove over to Bedeck, and we had the dogs with us. We had a great time.
An absolutely great time.
Mhm.
And we would stop at nice cemeteries because it was a perfect quiet place to walk the dogs. And how interesting.
Yeah,
It was like there was so much history. It was like, oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
yeah. Greta and I like to go off the beaten path, so we have a lot of
Definitely.
fun just driving into places and like, oh, look at this! Oh, that's
Exactly.
shiny object. There we go.
Let's go.
Look at that sign.
Oh my gosh, we had a blast.
Yeah.
We had a really good time. Actually, it's on my list of some of my favorite adventures.
Yeah, so we need to do a repeat.
We do.
Yeah, we need to do a repeat.
Oh my gosh.
And it was fun heading up by ourselves. Like it was just a really, really good weekend.
COVID has taken so much away from people that, we will eventually get back to the way things are.
But it was a lot of fun. And we went out for ice cream. Rita showed me different ice cream places that I didn't know where they were. And so yeah.
We had fun.
It was more for the dogs, right?
Yeah.
The dogs love ice cream.
It's-
So that's when we had BB,
Yeah.
our little
We weren't stopping for ice cream for us.
no, it was for the dogs.
Never.
Their little cone for on their trip.
Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah.
They were so good. That BB, she would just guts the whole thing. Big star.
Yep. Lick, 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 lick.
Yep.
So we had just a terrific time. That's one of my favorite things
Me too.
that we did there.
Me too. It was really fun. It's funny because we had stopped at one place and Cindy got a package of red licorice. And every time I eat red licorice, I do think about it. It's funny the things that remind you.
That stay in your head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes it nice.
Well, I have some very great memories of stuff that we've done up there. That's for sure. I really, really like it there.
And the course that we took was really fun. It was very
It was.
inspirational.
Yeah, it got us on our natural dyeing path.
It did.
And then remember we picked all those daffodils?
Yes.
And then I dyed that yarn with daffodils.
I wish we still had an example of all
I
those.
think I do.
Oh, that would be great.
I think I do. I packed like a lot of that stuff. I have a box marked natural dye samples
Mhm.
and I have everything in it. So
What was it that made the green? Was that our birch bark?
no, the birch bark is supposed to do pink.
Yeah. What
I've
made
never
that?
been successful with that.
No,
I
what
always
made
get
the
it.
green? I always get a beige.
What did make the green?
I can't remember what made the green. It was something we had an iron mordant to, and it worked.
Yeah.
It was really
I
nice.
have all those samples in a container.
Yeah.
I'll have to find that stuff.
Yeah, I would like to have just a little swatch of each one with a.
Where did you put yours?
I didn't get any yarn. We were going to do something with it. We never quite got around to it.
No, we just had those little sample cards.
Those, yes, but I'm talking about the ones when we dyed them ourselves with the daffodil
Oh.
and the birch and I have all of those.
I can't remember where that is.
No, that's the one I'm talking about. I
Oh.
don't think we even made our little cards up. We should have.
I don't even know where that stuff is.
No, I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was silly. I'm not very good at organizing like that. I have to remember. Because last year I did it with goldenrod at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Amazing. Absolutely
Did you have the
amazing.
gold or the green?
Gold.
Gold.
And
Nice,
was it
nice.
ever gold? And the smell of it when you're using the natural dye is
Mhm.
just like blueberries.
So I found some really great goldenrod at the farm in Saskatchewan, and I restrained myself from picking a whole bunch. But this year I'm going to bring a bunch back because we
Good.
can use it when it's dried.
And it'll come back from the root too.
Oh yeah, I'll just go out and cut it and
Yeah, you can dry that quite easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
package it up. And,
In fact, they say the color gets really intense when you do that because you use more volume because it gets smaller.
and there was a lady in Saskatchewan who did a whole series on, or she did a book that was published that I've had people looking for it for ages, and I haven't been able to find it. But our guild had a copy of it, and it was on dyeing with lichen and moss.
Oh.
And lichens, the northern Saskatchewan lichens give you the most beautiful mauves and purples and pinks. And I really wanted to find out more about that. And so when I go back to Saskatchewan, I'm going to see if I can meet someone at the guild and photocopy borrow the book or something. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's just a little leaflet book. And it was sponsored by the Prince Albert Pulp Mill. So my cousin was actually head of human resources of the pulp mill, and I'm like, Scott, you have to look in all the old storage closets to see if there's any copies of this book anywhere. I said, if there's a box of that book that's been shoved somewhere, can you please get it for me? And he did look, but he couldn't find anything anywhere. So
isn't that something?
Yeah.
Oh, I want my next goal for my next little dyeing excursion is I'm going to do Old Man's Beard.
Oh, nice.
So that's my next thing that
I think I have a bag of that somewhere.
Do you?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Yep. I'm just trying them out to see what I come up with. I was really happy. My husband's making wattle fencing, and that's made out of the alder. So I had lots of alder twigs left that I could debark.
Yeah.
So whereas from the Warren's husband is also making all kinds of fencing, and he's doing it different. He's just using the straight up and down pieces of alder, about 800 pieces to complete his project. So there's a lot of alder around. It's just begging to be used. So.
And you have that book that the museums have
do.
put out. Yeah.
I do have that book.
Yeah.
That's where this came
because
from.
the alder, they have lots on alder in there.
That's where this. Well, it's not as good as you think it is.
No.
It's not. They have some historic reminiscences on how people use the dyes, and boy, are they ever different and varying. So it must be an awful lot of different type of alder, not just our typical alder. Some only use leaves. Some use leaves and bark. Some use cones.
Yeah. There is a lot of variation in how the plant is actually used. And there's even some plants where they use the roots.
Yes.
So it's just really fascinating.
It's really fascinating, yeah. And, well, this was just twigs. It was just a big pot of twigs.
Yeah.
Hey, Lulu! Yeah. And that's what got the color. So I don't know whether Rod's doing it for me today, but I've told him to get a big pot and just the bark. I just want the bark with the good color section with the tannins underneath to see if I get a different color. Because these were two skeins that Dorothy and I did, and they were light. I'm looking for a more vibrant color.
Did you,
I'm just using cheap yarn to do it.
Yeah, I was just you got the color book, right?
Yes, I bought that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what it says about alder in this. I love this book.
I do too. That's the one I got the goldenrod out of for sure.
49 and 73.
Yeah, let's see what it says.
Oh, 49, it says select the best diamond. Okay. 73. Alder. Okay.
Mhm.
So that's with using like different tannins and stuff.
Yes. So that it would be the tannin.
And different mordants, right? If you use different mordants.
Well, the color's pretty much like that I got.
But see these symbols here?
Yeah.
They tell you they mean different things. So this
Yeah.
color is achieved with this,
With
and
this,
this. Yeah.
and this.
Yeah.
It was tartar and citric acid. It was alum and
Mhm.
cream of tartar that I used.
Yeah.
Dorothy used.
So this is just with leaves, and this is with cones, twigs, and bark. Those colors.
So this is probably close to what we achieved then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And what does that say? What does this say?
I'd have to look for that.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember them all by heart, but I have taken notes on it because I kept finding. I couldn't find this.
This is what I want to get to. This
This
one would be just fabulous.
Yeah. No mordant necessary for bark, twigs, and cones. Mordant recommended for leaves.
Right.
Use equal stuff. Okay, so let me just see if I can find out where that.
See.
I always struggle. Oh, okay. So. So that means.
Is that even what it was? It was a black one.
It was black. Yeah. Clear and black.
Yeah.
I gotta find that table. And I struggle to find it. Every
I've
time
got
I use
mine
this
marked.
book, I can never find it.
That kind of thing's always a pain.
Yeah.
It's fine to have a grid, but it's
Okay.
there it is.
Alum mordant before dyeing.
Yeah.
Dye colors on fibers. So that's an alum mordant before dyeing.
Yep. That's what we use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get the green?
No, we got that, but we put cream of tartar too.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
Might have dulled it down a bit.
Yeah. No. Anyway. So lovely.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I must run to the washroom. Excuse me.
Just
So many
extra
pretty
little
things.
foot.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I like the one that we did with the birch bark, though. I remember
that was
one.
that. They had that pretty grayish pink color.
That was the apple.
Was that the apple?
Remember the
Yeah.
apple?
Okay.
The apple was really a deep gray, and I do still have some of that.
Okay. Filling up this one. So the natural dyeing is a lot of fun and always a surprise, because even in the books that they talk about the mythology and everything, the chemicals in the soil too can affect what happens with the dye pot. So if you look at a lot of the old books on natural dyeing and stuff, they actually put in the location of where they pick the dye stuffs so that they know, because if you could pick alder leaves in one place and have one result, and then get them from another place and have a different result, and it's because of what the soil components are, how that's affected the plant when it's been growing and stuff. So there's definitely a lot to know about that. But it is fun. And I'm anxious to see what, I'm going to dig out that old man's beard and maybe we can do that. I was very fortunate when I think I've mentioned before, I bought the dye kitchen stuff from a college. and I got some beautiful natural dyes, and the logwood is the most vibrant blue, deep, deep blue ever. And the madder is just a great, great red.
Where did you find the logwood?
Well, remember when I got all the stuff from the college that
Yes.
closed down? I got all their natural dye stuffs too. So I have cochineal and all that stuff.
So you got it in a like, did you get it in raw form and
Yep.
have to make it yourself?
Yep.
Yes, yeah. Very cool. No, I am. I'm really dying to dye.
Well, it's always so much fun to get that going in the springtime.
Well, I've just been playing around, and the stuff I've been using personally is just like the cheap Briggs and Little stuff to see what I can get, what colors I can accomplish. But Dorothy had been using things that were the blend, like the better quality yarns like you have, and she's getting a more vibrant color. So I'm wondering why the nylon blends would.
Nylon really takes dye. For
Is
one
that
thing.
why?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But I still want to do it in the natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to use fleece
I've
and
got
woolen.
that 100%. That roving is 100% untreated BFL.
That's perfect.
So that would be a good one to play
That would
with.
be an awesome one to play with.
Yeah.
Because how it takes with nylon in it isn't of much use to me at the museum.
No,
How
no.
it takes on the raw wool.
But that 100% untreated BFL would be good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Just fantastic.
Yeah.
Another lady in town who's an avid spinner gave me some cotton right from the fields in Alabama.
Oh, cool.
So I would also like to try some of that.
So we'd have to use, see what the natural dyes do on cotton.
See what the.
I don't know a lot about dyeing cotton.
Neither do I.
Well, I know when you're, like, you usually use fiber reactive dyes instead of weak acid dyes.
Yes.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be
So I don't know
interesting to
whether
see.
there's a natural thing to
Yeah.
dye cotton with. I know I was reading in various colors that were gotten out of the Indian cottons way back in the day. So it must take
Use a
some
lot of
sort
indigo,
a
right?
lot of indigo.
So I bought a bunch of indigo. And I got a bunch of cotton bandanas to practice on,
Yes.
but I haven't done anything
Oh my!
because my time, right?
Wouldn't that be fun? Cotton bandanas to.
Because I really like the shibori dyeing methods. Or
Yes.
you know where you're folding and twisting
That's
and
how
everything.
I was thinking.
Yeah,
would
and
be
so I
nice
got
to.
bandanas to do with that because I thought that'd be kind of fun.
And that's the sort of thing I was considering to make the fichus that we wear, and we could do those with natural dyes.
Well, you could still do
brilliant.
the shibori technique.
Yeah. But the thing is I can't afford it in the linens, and linen doesn't hold the color all that well.
You can go on to Mawaya handprints. I'll get it for you.
Okay, all right.
I'll send it to you, and because that's who I order that kind of stuff from.
Okay.
And you can get like a pack of 12 cotton bandanas. You can get cotton, silk, or linen scarves in the packs.
Well, see, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
So that I definitely.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, now that's perfect, and we need that sort of thing.
And
so.
you can get silk too. Like you can get silk scarves, and they're
Oh,
they're very
wow.
reasonable.
Fantastic.
Mhm.
Oh,
It's
I'm
out of
happy with that.
Vancouver. It's out of
Oh my. Okay, well that sounds just like what I'm looking for then,
Mhm.
for sure.
So
Because I wanted to do the technique where you put the leaves right in.
well, that's why I got that. I wanted to get the silk scarves for that
Yes.
because yeah.
No, I'm. That's one of the things I would love to be able to do. You know, with the dyeing, so that could be one of the Woolly Wednesday kind of things. Even though I'm just going to include the dyeing with the Woolly Wednesday. So yeah.
No.
I think it would be a lot of fun. So
Were you there when I did that out at Harrison Lewis?
yes,
Okay.
yes, that was great. Yeah, I know you tried it once for the kids down here on the waterfront. It didn't work out quite so well.
I
You didn't have
You know what it was? It did work out okay, but I used citric acid, and don't use citric acid with that. Use
the- use
vinegar.
vinegar.
Vinegar works way better with the
Good
plant
to know.
material than the citric acid does. So the second time around, I did it with just vinegar with way
And it worked
better
out really
results.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have mine. Really nice.
it's kind of fun, all these different things we get to do.
Kinda. It's awesome.
Oh, I think we're past our time.
Oh my goodness.
Just about. Oh,
I
about
won't-
5 minutes.
I won't start another row then that I have to concentrate on right now. I made a funny stitch and I don't know what I did. Maybe it's just that the dye wasn't.
It's just the dye.
Oh, okay.
It's nothing
not
to worry
me.
about. Not
Yay.
you.
Good. As long as it's not me, I'm good.
And look at little Lulu.
That
She's
is
like,
Lulu. She's a good girl. You're so good, Lulu. Oh, Lulu.
so I should have the bunny sewed together next week.
I should have a bunny's leg. The body's okay. I can manage the body.
And then we'll have to maybe get Peggy to show us the brioche technique.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I have my yarn. I have a yarn called Merlin's Cape, and Murray dyed it, and I really like it. And I have a gold to go with it for the brioche, but I'm just going to do it in the 2 colors. So
I decided I can only pick yarn from my personal pile,
stash.
and they won't all be full skeins, so I'm just going to go with whatever works, whatever colors work.
Well, there was one that I picked out a whole number of things, right? I've made the caplet one a few times. I'm making it long now, so it's going to
Okay.
be like a cloak.
Nice.
So that one is going to be bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And it's going to change, and I'm going to. I found that if you're using a 4 repeat pattern, you can sort of add it in. If you it may have mostly plain, but I'm going to have
You could put a row of
That's
pattern.
that's what I'm
That
going
would
to
look
do.
really cool.
I was just thinking that would be a really nice one because that's wearable.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that's really wearable. It was just a little short cape.
It just covered your shoulders,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, but now I'm making a long one. It's going to be really nice and long and wrappy. So
Where did my needle go? It fell off.
it's right there,
Oh, okay. Good.
right there.
Well, folks, we're going to say goodbye and say thank you so much for joining in today. What brioche will you be doing? It is a pattern called.
Oh my gosh.
I've totally blanked out on it, Ruth, but I will send you a message
Okay.
with the link to it and everything.
It's a really nice one. It's the one that Peggy was showing a few weeks ago that she'd done.
She was working on it last week. Yeah. And I think something, how come I can't remember from last week?
We were intoxicated by the view.
I guess so.
It's totally gone out of my head.
Mine too. Mine too.
It's a Ravelry pattern.
It is. I'll find it, Ruth,
Yeah.
and I'll send you a message on that. And it's like right there. You know how it's just right there?
Gosh, yeah. Like to the point where I think it starts with A.
Yeah.
Oh my.
It's probably in our notes from one of the last videos too. I might have typed it in.
Well,
So anyway, have a great week, everyone, and we will see you next week.
see you next week.
So take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.